The 2025 Bundesliga summer transfer window is now officially closed, and it was absolute chaos. From FC Bayern's frontline overhaul to Bayer Leverkusen's full-blown football manager-style rebuild, not to overlook RB Leipzig's youth revolution, this transfer window had drama, strategy and some serious surprises. So buckle up as we prepare to break down the biggest moves across the Bundesliga, starting with the clubs that have shaped the transfer headlines. FC Bayern Munich didn't just reload this summer, they redefined themselves. Big statement. The word statement's going to come up a lot in this video. We should have a counter going on the screen. Anyway, with Sané gone, Muller moved on, and Koeman off to Saudi Arabia, the Bavarians literally turned the page. New faces, fresh firepower, and a clear plan under Vincent Kompany. Let's break down the key moves and what they mean for this FC Bayern 2.0. Let's start with the major departures first, and again, these are not in any order whatsoever. Leroy Sané, he went out to Galatasaray, was on a free. That will have hurt Jan Christian Driesen and old Max Eberl. Anyway, Sané was injury prone, he was out of rhythm, and Bayern have let him walk. Or should that be hobble? Kingsley Coman, he's gone to Al Nassr. At least there was some money involved in that transfer. 25 million euros, in fact. That's another winger gone. Saudi cash wins again. João Palhinha, he's gone to Yidami to Spurs, so that's one for you, Jack. He's gone out on loan to Tottenham for roughly 5 million euros. He is, after all, not Jack, I don't know him that well, Palhinha. He's an elite tackler, get me words out. An elite tackler. He was signed from Fulham for 47 million. To be fair, that wasn't a Vincent Kompany transfer, so we can probably let him off. Anyway, João Palhinha came in for 47 million euro. It hasn't fit Kompany's system again because it wasn't really his signing, and he's now back in the Premier League, and he's back playing alongside Matthias Tell. That's right, he's gone to Tottenham. This is on he was on loan last season, and now they've made that loan move permanent. 35 million euro. Matthias Tell is a young striker. He was stuck behind Sir Harry Kane. It was a smart move, at least it looked that way, until Thomas Frank decided to leave him out of their UCL registered squad. Ouch. Thomas Muller, of course, he's gone to the Vancouver Whitecaps. The legend that is the number 25 will be forever in our hearts. And talking of which, it feels like he's just going to play forever. The 34-year-old is still delivering, scoring on his debut for the Whitecaps in the MLS. And the celebration, which is worth watching on Ask Jeeves, you could see it was just symbolic of a man that has got a lot more to give. So yeah, that's Thomas Muller in the MLS playing for the Vancouver Whitecaps. Paul Wanner, big salary bump in his move to PSV. Of course, he went to the Eredivisie for 15 million euro. So yeah, big salary bump. He'll be playing in the Champions League. And not only that, PSV have given him the number 10 shirt. Well played, Sunshine. It does feel like the last laugh is on you. Adam Asnou's gone to Everton. That's for 9 million euro. It's a permanent transfer. He is, after all, an exciting left-back. He's moved for minutes, maybe to the wrong Merseyside club. Jonah Kusu Asari, he's gone to Fulham on loan. That's a deal that, I know it's a loan deal. It's probably going to be worth about 4 million euro. He's a gangly Swedish striker, just 18. What were you doing at age 18? It's a smart move for him because he's going to get minutes. He joins the poshest club in England. And to wrap up the outgoings, Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer's gone to AS Monaco in League 1. It was a quiet exit for him, highly respected in the dressing room, and he'll be missed on tense nights in the European Champions League that will be coming up for FC Bayern. In terms of the key signings for this FC Bayern 2.0, let's start with Luis Diaz. That's right, the Colombian left winger, age 28. He's come in from Liverpool FC in the English Premier League. He's got Champions League pedigree. He's an elite dribbler, relentless energy, and I mean relentless energy. Also, it's been picked up on by numerous Liverpool fans that he seems to be playing, well, he seems to have raised his game since leaving Liverpool and joining FC Bayern Munich. Tactical fit-wise, he's on the left. He's comfortable in either a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. Cuts inside. He presses hard, which of course will please Vance and company because that's a core tenet of his system. And he beats defenders quite easily in a 1v1 scenario. Bayern beat out top clubs for the signature of Diaz. Diaz, of course, did eventually score the winner in FC Bayern's win in the Das German Super Cup, renamed in honour of Franz Beckenbauer. So, yeah, Luis Diaz is a statement signing for FC Bayern 2.0. And who's just come in on transfer deadline day? It's Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson, it is for real. He's come along from Chelsea. I wonder what Big Jim has to think of that. Big Jim, up the charts.
Up the charts.
So, it's quite complex, so we might need to just take our time with this. So I'll drip feed some more details as we go along. Anyway, it is a loan move initially, worth approximately €16.5 million. There is an option to buy with a value, and again, we'll come on to that. Anyway, so Nicholas Jackson is from Senegal. He's a striker. He's only 24. He scored 30 goals with 12 assists in 2 seasons. So again, 30 goals and 12 assists in 2 seasons. He's fast as fuck. Technical term. Fast as fuck. He plays vertically and he's hungry to do more. Certainly hungry to prove himself, because in that Chelsea squad, it was just too big and bloated, isn't it, Big Jim? I'm sure you'll tell me otherwise. Anyway, he is a tactical fit for FC Bayern. He can play solo up front, or he could play alongside another striking partner. Of course, there is the ultimate striking partner already at FC Bayern in Sir Harry Kane. Jackson can stretch defences. He can open up spaces for other teammates, the likes of which Jamal Musiala when he comes back from injury, as well as other signing that came in, Luis Diaz, we already talked about him. Now, we should get into the contract drama. So again, there is a €65 million buy clause that's in the loan agreement. However, it will only be triggered if Nicholas Jackson starts 40 games. Now, Jackson and his agent, apparently, and again, you might have to double check this with some other sources, apparently Jackson and his agent chipped in €3 million of their own money in order to make this loan deal happen. Chelsea, of course, nearly pulled out on the day because Liam Delap sustained an injury. Of course, Liam Delap came in from Ipswich Town. He got injured, so there was this like, oh, Jackson, is he in? Is he out? Is he in? Is he out? You know, but as it happened, Chelsea went and recalled Mark Gui, Italian striker. That kind of sealed the deal. Uli Hoeneß then, honorary president of FC Bayern Munich, and it feels like a bit of a thorn in in all of Vance and Company, Max Ebbel and Christoph Franz. Bit of a thorn in their sides, isn't he? Uli Hoeneß has said he'll never play 40 games for us. Jackson's camp then fired up, have gone, well, we're going to make that happen. My lad has got the skills, right? So expect ultimate drama with this move. Again, Nicholas Jackson joined from Chelsea on a season-long loan, but there is an option to buy, but only if he starts 40 games, and it feels like Uli Hoeneß is not going to let that happen. Anyway, all the significant incoming moves for FC Bayern. Anybody? Gonzo? Not many, was there? Not many. Only 2. And to be fair, they happened what feels like forever ago. Of course, Tom Bischoff came in from Hoffenheim. That was only for €300,000 in the end. He came in before the FIFA Club World Cup, as did Jonathan Tah. Jonathan Tah came in from Bayer Leverkusen. That, in the end, was worth about €2 million because, of course, FC Bayern forced that transfer through so that Jonathan Tah could play in the lucrative FIFA Club World Cup. Jonathan Tah, of course, is a veteran at centre-back. Meanwhile, Tom Bischoff is a midfield prospect and he's one for the future. If you're still watching, you either love football or you're just here for the chaos. Either way, smash that like button, just like Bayern, smash Leipzig. And if you haven't subscribed yet, mate, what you playing at? Get it done. Join the squad, hit that bell, and let's grow together here on the German football spotlight channel. Moving on to RB Leipzig, or is it FC Leipzig? We'll stick with RB Leipzig. They didn't just lose players this summer, they lost their entire spine. Šeško, Simons, Openda, 3 stars, 3 massive fees, and 3 very different stories. Let's break it down. First up then, it's Benjamin Šeško. He went to Manchester United in one. Josh Bush darts will fucking love that. He'll love that. 76.5 million euro to secure the signature of the towering Slovenian striker. 13 goals and 5 assists last season in the Bundesliga. United paid big for the potential. Haaland is a comparison. I mean, that comparison's flying around. But can Šeško handle the Premier League pressure? Xavi Simons then, he's gone to Jack's Udemy. He's gone to Tottenham. That was 65 million euro plus 5 million euro in add-ons. He's a PSG and La Masia product. 22 goals and 24 assists in 78 games. Wow. Now Spurs broke their transfer record to sign him, and he inherits Heung-min Son's number 7 shirt. Yeah, big boots, big expectations. And then to wrap out those three different stories, it's Louis Openda. He's gone to Juventus in Serie A. He's gone to sign up with the old lady. It's a 4 million euro loan with a potential it's a 47 million obligation to buy. Clever, aren't they, these agents these days, and how they structure football contracts for their talent. Louis Openda, 33 goals in 69 Bundesliga games. He's relentless in the transition and knows where the net is. Now Juve, of course, missed out on Kolo Muani, so they just went all in on signing Louis Openda. Serie A defenders, brace yourselves. Now, if you've done the maths on that, that's 192, nearly 193 million euro in outgoings. Leipzig cashed in, but at what cost? There's the rhetorical question that you're welcome to answer in the comment section down below. Other notable exits from RB Leipzig include Timo Werner. Timo Werner is the bester. He returned to Tottenham, gone back to Spurs because his loan ended. He's still fast. He's still allergic to goals. He's gone back to Spurs. Will it be the MLS next for Timo Werner? Eljif Elmas, he returned to Torino. He's a versatile midfielder, but never really settled. Well, never really settled while Marco Rose was still in charge at RB Leipzig. Andre Silva, the striker, he's gone to Elche. Of course, they play in the Segunda Division, or the La Liga 2. It's the one below La Liga. It was a quiet exit for the striker. It was useful for his hold-up play, but Leipzig, it seems that they've moved on and now prefer more dynamic profiles in their strikers. Janis Blauwick, he's gone to Bayer Leverkusen for 2 million euro. He's a veteran keeper. It's likely going to be a backup, so make sure you bring a cushion and a book, sunshine. Yusuf Poulsen, the Great Dane, he's gone to Hamburger Sportsverein for 1 million euro. The Great Dane is a natural striker. He was a long-time servant as well at RB Leipzig, at least 8 and 9 seasons he was there. And now he's gone to become an impact sub over at newly promoted Hamburger Sportsverein. And Lucharel Gertrude. Anyway, he's gone to Sunderland on loan for at least about 2.5 million euro over the course of the full season. Dutch right back, international pedigree, hasn't looked happy though at Leipzig for quite a while now, and he's on loan with the Black Cats of Sunderland in the Premier League until the end of this 25/26 season. Leipzig are, of course, under new management. They've brought in Ole Werner, formerly of Werder Bremen. It's a football manager style rebuild, youth first, which brings upside everywhere. Key incoming signings then for RB Leipzig. Konrad Harder, we love that fucking name. Shame it's not spelled with a K. Konrad Harder, he's come in from Sporting de Portugal in Portugal. 24 million euros all spent on Konrad Harder. A 20-year-old Danish striker. He was a backup to Victor Gyökeres last season, but now he's Leipzig's new number 9, right? It's a new lease of life for Konrad Harder. Arthur Vermeuren. Arthur! He's coming from Atletico Madrid. I mean, technically he was already on loan last season, but it's permanent. Anyway, 20 million euro has been expended on Arthur Vermeeren. He's a press-resistant midfield anchor, very calm under pressure. And then Romelu, not Lukaku, physical striker, scored for fun in Turkey for Göztepe. It's not Lukaku, but to be fair, it's not far off in style. And they paid 20 million euro for Romelu. Johan Bakayoko, he's coming from PSV for 18 million euros. A Belgian winger, is a 1v1 threat, direct and dangerous. And we've got Jan Diamonde. He's coming from Leganés in Spain. 20 million euros spent on an 18-year-old with explosive pace, relentless pressing, raw. I've got to admit, he's raw, but fearless, as they are when they're young. That sounds wrong, doesn't it, Gonzo? You might want to clip that out. Ezekiel Banzuzi, he's coming from a Belgian team. Leveren, 16 million euros spent on Banzuzi. 20, he's a Dutch box-to-box engine, very reminiscent of Ryan Gravenberch. Tall, technical, tactically versatile. And Andreja Maximovic, he's coming from PSV. 18 million euro transfer. He's 18, he's a Serbian international already. He's already got 8 caps at men's national level. A left-footed playmaker with serious final third instincts. The last 3 that we've mentioned, by the way, in Diamande, Banzuzi and Maximovic, they're all under 21. So that high ceiling comes with high resale value. Clearly, Leipzig are betting on youth. As for a tactical takeaway on Oli Werner's new look youth revolution at RB Leipzig, with Šeško, Simons and Openda all gone, you can expect Konrad Harder and Jan Diamonde to lead the line. Banzuzi and Maximovic, well, they bring dynamism to the midfield. It's bold, it's risky, it's built for long term. There's plenty of upside though, as we said, because they're all young, especially with that resale value. Leipzig now have, just on that point by the way, they have the youngest squad in the Bundesliga. You best be sitting down for this one because there's transfers coming and going. Bayer Leverkusen then. Leverkusen lost stars this summer, but they didn't panic. Under Erik ten Hag, they've gone full football manager mode. Youth, versatility and tactical flexibility. Let's break it down, shall we? Let's break it down. Starting with the major departures. Some of these names are going to be familiar because they've been covered not only by us but by countless content creators throughout the summer. But we've got to tick them off, right? Because it would be remiss not to mention them. Major departures then from Bayer Leverkusen. Up one is Florian Wirtz, of course. Florian Wirtz has gone to Liverpool for 116 million euro, but of course there'll be umpteen other millions of euros involved in add-ons. He was the creative heartbeat of Bayer Leverkusen, 18 goals and 20 assists. It's going to be a seismic loss for Bayer Leverkusen, the Bundesliga and content creators, including us, everywhere. We're going to miss him, going to miss talking about him. Jeremy Frimpong, he's joined up with Florian Wirtz at Liverpool FC in the Premier League. 30 million euro for Jeremy Frimpong, an explosive wing back, and he was key to Leverkusen's width and transitions, especially under Xabi Alonso. Jonathan Tars, we've already covered. He went to Bayern Munich for around about 2 million euros. A long-time servant, and it feels like it was the end of an era. And it probably was. It probably is, the end of an era. If you think about the defensive makeup now under Erik ten Hag. Granit Xhaka, away the lads. He's gone to Sunderland for 11 million euro plus some add-ons. So that's veteran leadership gone straight away. It was a quiet exit and it's going to leave a big void. Armin Adli, he's gone to Bournemouth. 25 million euro that Bournemouth have spent, so they're spending big on him. He's a versatile attacker. He's suited, though, to the Premier League's pace. Piero Hincapié, he's gone to Arsenal. Annie Gonzo has gone to Arsenal on loan. He's a defensive actor. He's a defensive anchor, I know that much, and he's expected to end up being at Arsenal on a permanent basis. Victor Boniface, with his Boniface, he's gone to Werder Bremen. How do you feel about that then? Mike, Brian, Charlie, Nigel. How do you think about that one? 22 goals in 2 seasons. Of course, he was part of the double-winning squad at Bayer Leverkusen. It's a surprise exit, although he is injury-prone. Hence, his deal to Milan collapsed in the last few hours, and that's why he's ended up going to Werder Bremen. Lucas Hidreki, he's gone to AS Monaco. That's for €3 million. Veteran Finnish keeper. He leaves quietly after 7 seasons of commitment to Bayer Leverkusen. And Odilon Kusanu, going once, going twice, Kusanu. He's gone to Atalanta in Serie A. He was there on loan last season. I think he played 18 times. He's gone permanent, so they've gone big, Atalanta. €20 million they spent on him. He was a bit part defender at Leverkusen, and again he's gone for regular minutes. That's a savvy move, that. So if you think about the transfers that went out of Bayer Leverkusen, well, effectively that's a full spine that's been ripped out, Kano style from Mortal Kombat. Any gamers, young or old, hopefully will get that Kano reference. Anyway, so they've lost the spine of the team, but that didn't make Erik ten Hag flinch. He's gone, like we said, all out on a Football Manager style rebuild. So those key signings that Ten Hag has made in his stewardship at Bayer Leverkusen. Key signings then, Malik Tiltman. He's coming from PSV for €35 million. He is a US men's national team star. He's physical, he's versatile, and he scored in his Bundesliga debut. I am going to call out, by the way, that Diogo Benito, he's an aspiring scout / football analyst. He wrote a fantastic essay on Malik Tiltman, pretty much on our requests, and I will link that in the description box down below. Anyway, yeah, go and check that out. Diogo Benito did a written essay on Malik Tiltman. That's brilliant. So again, he's come in €35 million from PSV. Elias Ben Sagir, he's coming from Monaco for €32 million. He's a French prodigy, press resistant with a high ceiling. Sounds like a description for a piece of evening wear. Anyway, so he's a footballer, right? Coming from Monaco, 32 million, French prodigy, press resistant with a high ceiling. Assume that means a high talent ceiling. Gerald Konsa, Liverpool FC fans, what do you think about that one? Gerald Konsa's coming from Liverpool for 35 million. Of course, he wasn't going to get much of a game time behind the likes of Virgil van Dijk and Ultra Kanate. Konsa poses an aerial threat. He scored on his debut as well. I believe it was after 6 minutes. He's going to add bite. Much needed bite to that Bayer Leverkusen back line. Ezequiel Fernandez, he's coming from Saudi Arabia. It's very rare that you get a player coming this way, because usually they all go there for the money, don't they? Maybe he's made his money, maybe he was fed up, maybe he was disenfranchised with low attendances and the regime out there. Anyway, best be careful. We pride ourselves on no religion and no politics right here on the German Football Spotlight channel, so we'll just move along, please. We'll move along. Anyway, we'll go back to that. We'll start that one again. Ezequiel Fernandez is coming from Al Qadsiya. €25 million been spent on him. He's got an Argentine engine, and he's going to be the midfield glue for this new look football management style rebuild that's going on under Erik ten Hag. Loika Bade, he's coming from Sevilla, so he's coming from La Liga. €25 million spent on him. He is a physical defender. He's a French international, only just starting out though in his international career, so he's got a bright future because he's a bright talent. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Loika Bade. Mark Flecken is coming from Brentford for €10 million. He's a Dutch international keeper. He replaces the long-time servant in Lucas Hidreki. Ernest Poku, he's coming from AZ Alkmaar. Again, Erik ten Hag savvy. He knows the Eredivisie. He knows the Dutch footballing pyramids. That's someone else that he's pulled in. €10 million spent on Ernest Poku. He's got raw pace. He's probably not going to get a lot of game time this season, but he's got a huge upside. Probably have a huge upside in resale value as well. Ibrahim Matza, he's another young one that's coming from Hertha Berlin. 12 million spent on him as an attacking midfielder. He's technical, he's Bundesliga proven. That is a smart pickup. That's a smart pickup, as is Claudio Echeverria. Claudio Echeverria is coming from Manchester City. he's coming on loan, amount unspecified. Argentine wonder kid, he's got that creative spark. Wow, what a midfield they're going to have going forward. Christian Cafane, he's coming from Albacete, 5.25 million for a striker. He's a goal scorer. He's probably not going to get that many minutes because, of course, they've already got, haven't they, Leverkusen have already got the colossal Czechian striker in Patrick Schick. Either way, though, Cafani, maybe he's going to become the Armin Adli for Leverkusen, the impact substitute. He's a goal scorer. He's going to add depth, which is great. Axel Tape, he's coming from PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, on loan for the season as a centre-back with lots and lots of potential. He's already got minutes under Erik Ten Hag. Tim Uwerman, he's coming from VfB Bochum for just under €2 million, 1.9 million to be precise. He's a centre-back. It's a long-term play from Leverkusen, so much so they've loaned him out to Sturm Graz to play in the other Bundesliga. That's the Austrian Bundesliga. Janis Blauwijk, he's coming from RB Leipzig. We've already mentioned him. €2 million transfer in. He's a veteran keeper. He's going to be a backup. So again, hopefully he's brought his book and a cushion. And then to round off, it's Lucas Vazquez. Fucking hell. Lucas Vazquez on a free from Real Madrid. Yep, you are hearing me right, first time. Veteran presence, tactical flexibility, although allegedly he was signed behind the back of Erik Ten Hag. I'll just leave that one there. This is a layered rebuild. Javi Alonso's fingerprints are still here, but Erik Ten Hag's blueprint is absolutely bold. If you look at the defensive overhaul, Quansah, Bade, Tape and Flecken, well, they're going to form a new spine. They're big, physical and dominant in the air. They can expect fewer, softer goals and more control for the back. We might have to revisit that receipt
love that.
as the season progresses. But anyway, yeah, expect fewer soft goals and more control from the back. That midfield rebuild then, so Tillman, Benseguir and Fernandes, they step into the breach left by Florian Wirtz and Granit Xhaka. Expect more verticality, less possession, but let's be honest though, if it means fewer touches but more goals, Leverkusen fans, you're not going to complain, are you? And then that attacking depth, Poku and Echeverria, they bring unpredictability. Chaos is the best way of putting it. And Vazquez, well, he adds experience. He's the ring that could very well bind this squad together. They've got goals in Schick already. Cafani's going to add some punch. And with new midfield scorers in the likes of Tillman and Benseguir, this new look Leverkusen, honestly, has the firepower to challenge for the Bundesliga title. It's not just a rebuild, it's a reset. It's physical at the back, direct in midfield and unpredictable up front. Erik Ten Hag's Leverkusen is built to evolve and it's built to compete. We focus our attentions on Borussia Dortmund. That's right, BVB at play in the Westfalenstadion. Dortmund didn't have a fire sale, but they did quietly move on from some big names. And with only a few new faces coming in, you've got to wonder, will that thin squad hold them back when they play, well, across all fronts? The Bundesliga, the DFB Pokal and the UEFA Champions League. Key departures then from Borussia Dortmund, and as we always say, they're in no particular order of merit. Jamie Binu Gittins has gone to Chelsea. Big Jim will be happy, won't he? Up the Chelsea. He's gone to Chelsea for €56 million. That's the base price, potentially with 9 million in add-ons to be unlocked for Jamie Gittins. 20-year-old England under-21 winger, 12 goals and 5 assists last season. Chelsea beat out FC Bayern to his signature. Dortmund cash in, but they do lose a future star. That's a star that didn't quite fit Niko Kovac's system. And talking about stars that have, burnt out, Josef Moukoko, remember him? Josef Moukoko, he's gone to FC Copenhagen in Denmark to join the Superliga. He's gone out for €5 million. He was once Germany's next great number 9 and the youngest ever Bundesliga debutant. Moukoko, though, after a tough loan at Nice last year in Ligue 1, he heads to Denmark for a reset. Hopefully that does work out for him. Gio Reyna Gio Reyna's gone to Borussia Mönchengladbach. That's €4 million baseline price, plus €3 million in bonuses. He is a US men's national team regular. He's technically gifted, although injury prone. He reunites with fellow American in Joe Scally. For Gladbach, that offers Gio Reyna rhythm, minutes, and, this is important, it's a fresh start ahead of a World Cup year. Yes, of course, 2026 will see the World Cup being hosted in the USA, Canada and Mexico. And then Sebastian Haller. Yep, Sebastian Haller. He's gone back to FC Utrecht in the Eredivisie. He's gone out on a free. He was a former Ajax and West Ham. A few beers. That's for Matt. Aston Villa Matt there. Former Ajax and West Ham striker. That's Sebastian Haller, not Matt, by the way. He beat cancer as well, didn't he? What a fucking legend. And he won the AFCON in 2024 for the Côte d'Azur for Ivory Coast. Haller goes back to the club where it all began for him. It's a sentimental move after a strong loan spell with Borussia Dortmund. So that's 4 exits, 4 different stories from Wonder Kids to Warriors. Dortmund's summer clear-out was quiet, but meaningful. In terms of key signings then made by Niko Kovac and his brother Robert and the support team, Jude Bellingham, that's right, Joe Bellingham. He's come in from Sunderland for €30.5 million. He is, of course, the younger brother of Jude Bellingham. He's got a box-to-box engine. He's physical, he's fearless, and he's already showing flashes of potential brilliance, just like his elder brother. Fabio Silva is coming from Wolves. I wonder what Dirty John makes of that one. €22.5 million for Fabio Silva. Portuguese striker, talented, but is his heart really in it? And, more importantly, can Niko Kovac, can he unlock that ability that's trapped in his heart? Carney Chukwuemeka going once, going twice, going 3 times. Chukwuemeka, he's coming from Chelsea. This is now a loan move that's been made permanent for €20 million. 21-year-old attacking midfielder. He is press resistant. He's creative in tight spaces, and he's going to add a new dimension to that midfield. And I say new because, well, this will be a new lease of life with him coming across on a permanent basis. Aaron Anselmino, he's coming also from Chelsea because, of course, Big Jim there. He's got a big fucking squad, haven't they, at Chelsea? He's a 20-year-old Argentine centre-back. He debuted recently against Union Berlin, set up a goal, played for 75 minutes, and Kovac called him world-class. Jan Couto's come in from Manchester City for €20 million. A Brazilian right back, quick, technical and attack minded. Yes, he was technically, well, he actually was on loan last season, so it's been made permanent for €20 million. Daniel Svensson, he's coming from Nordsjælland for €6.5 million. He's a modern day fullback, ambitious, technically sharp. We've covered him in a previous video, so go and check out our back catalogue for that one. And Patrick Drews, he's coming from VF Bau Bochum on a free. He's a veteran backup keeper. It's going to be solid insurance behind Swiss Gregory Kerbel, who's the number 1 keeper. In terms of a recap then, Dortmund didn't chase the headlines. They reinforced with incoming transfers. That was in key areas, but they still feel light. Letting a 3-goal lead slip in their Bundesliga opener, well, that shows that. Depth is a concern, I've got to admit. Seru Girassi, though, he brings goals, clinical, physical, and he's already delivering. He's scored in every single game this season, well, from the DFB Pokal to the match day 1 and 2 in the Bundesliga. And Julian Brandt, yeah, Gonzo's favourite. Julian Brandt looks leaner, sharper, and hungrier than ever. He's fighting for his spot in the first team. That can only be good news. So, Niko Kovac's blueprint is clear. It's a high press with fast breaks and no passengers. Dortmund's rebuild might be quiet, but it feels calculated. Eintracht Frankfurt, SGE, they didn't make noise, they made moves. Quietly, they've built a squad that could shock the Bundesliga. Smart buys, bold ambition, and a clear plan to soar. Seriously though, but to bring in fresh firepower, they had to say goodbye, and not just goodbye to fringe players. We're talking serious names, club legends, rising stars, even some fan favourites. So here's who's left, where they went to, and what it means to Frankfurt's identity this Bundesliga season. Key departures then from Eintracht Frankfurt, in no particular order of merit. Kevin Trapp. Yes, Kevin Trapp's gone to Paris FC for €1 million. More likely gone for a big payday. Why not? It's his last outing pretty much, isn't it? 35-year-old goalkeeper. He was the club captain. He was a Europa League hero as well a couple of seasons ago. He racked up over 380 appearances. He returns to Paris, but not to PSG. Instead, he's gone to newly promoted Paris FC for one last hurrah, one last challenge. He is replaced by Michael Zetterer. We'll get on to that. It does mark a generational shift in terms of the keeper, or keepers, at Eintracht Frankfurt. So that's Kevin Trapp going to another Red Bull-owned multi-club ownership team. Paxton Arison, the American, he's gone to the MLS. He's gone to join up with Colorado Rapids. That's a $6 million baseline transfer fee in euro, plus a potential $1.3 million in add-ons. He's an attacking midfielder. He's only 22. He is a US men's national team hot prospect. He's spent time in the Eredivisie on loan. A lot of success out there. He heads back to the MLS as a designated player. That's a piece of terminology which... well, just means, yeah, they can, if I'm right, as a club in the MLS, you can pay what you want, basically. I'm sure there's other smarter people that are welcome to provide an actual breakdown of that. Yeah, an official piece of terminology of that in the comment section down below. Anyway, Paxton Harrison, he's gone to the MLS as a designated player for the Colorado Rapids. Frankfurt cash in, but fans are wondering, was he given enough time? Was he given enough time at Frankfurt? Niels Nkunku, he's gone to Torino. It's a loan. It's €500,000 with a $5 million permanent move, so a €5 million option to buy. He's 24. He's a left back, explosive, dynamic. Did make 62 appearances for Frankfurt. Torino secure him on a, like we said, on a loan to buy. Frankfurt do lose a key outlet then down the left. Will they regret that? Will they regret that? We're full of lots of rhetorical questions, aren't we? Junior Dina Mbimbe, you're not going to forget that name in a hurry, are we? One more time. Junior Dina Mbimbe, he's gone to Stade Bressois on loan with an option to buy. 24-year-old central midfielder, can also play on the right, so versatility will appeal to Stade Bressois. 85 games, 15 goals and 8 assists for Frankfurt. He's gone back to League One to basically reignite his career. Does leave a gap though in midfield, and that versatility might well be missed by Dino Topmuller. And the big one then, we can't ignore this one, that's why we left it till last. It's the palindrome, innit? It's Hugo Ekitike. He's gone to join this epic fucking, dynamic behemoth that Arne Slot is building over in the English Premier League at Liverpool FC. 79 million for Hugo Ekitike, for the 23-year-old striker. He was top scorer last season for Frankfurt with 22 goals. Actually, it was 23 goal assists, but those 22 goals came across all competitions because, of course, Frankfurt last season were not just playing in the Bundesliga. They had a few games in the DFB Pokal, but they had a really good run in the Europa League, which unfortunately was halted by Jack's Tottenham, by Spurs, by Yadami. Liverpool swoop in for Ekitike with a blockbuster bid. It was one of the biggest Bundesliga sales of the summer. Frankfurt lose their attacking focal point. How have they replaced him though? And what have they done to replace him with a talisman up front? We'll find all that out soon. Frankfurt's transfer window just screams ambition. In terms of the incoming transfers anyway, there's smart buys, proven talent, and a squad with some serious upside. Let's run through those key arrivals, again in no particular order of merit. Let's start though with Ritsu Doen, the Japanese winger wonder. He came in from SC Freiburg for €21 million. He's a right winger, but can also play as a number 10, as an attacking midfielder. Doen is technically gifted, is press resistant, and is a set piece threat. He scored 10 and assisted 8 last season. Those 18-goal assists, by the way, they helped SC Freiburg finish in 5th in the Bundesliga, and that signalled a return to the Europa League, familiar territory to SC Freiburg. Doan adds width and creativity, especially in a transition phase. Johnny Burkout came in from Mainz, also for €21 million. He's a striker, age 25. He's Bundesliga proven. He's intelligent with his movement. He scored 16 goals as well last season for Mainz, and again, those goals powered Mainz into the Europa Conference League. He's been featured under Nagelsmann for Deutschland. He could be a starter or as a depth player, as an impact sub. Either way, Johnny Burkout is going to bring goals. Rasmus Christiansen, he's coming from Leeds United. I say come in, he was on loan last season, so this is a permanent move for him. €6 million as well to make that move permanent for the 28-year-old Norwegian. Norwegian right back. He's physical, he's aggressive, he's got high intensity. Again, that loan's been made permanent. He does compete with the likes of Elias Baum and Buta for the right back position, but that's probably a good thing. And also, that does mean it's probably going to be the end of all our references to him being called the Gypsy. Rasmus Christiansen there. Love Arhov. Love Arhov. Love is in the air. Love is in the air. He's coming from Broma Pochkana, going once, going twice. Broma Pochkana for €4.6 million. That's the 18-year-old attacking midfielder, Love Avro. He's a Scandinavian prodigy. He won't join, though, until January next year, 2026. It is another long-term project with a high upside. And then Michael Zetterer, he's coming from Werder Bremen. Sorry, Werder Brian. €5.1 million spent on this 29-year-old goalkeeper, a reliable Bundesliga shot stopper. He replaces Kevin Trapp. Bremen fans will miss him. I am sorry, Werder Brian. So what's our tactical takeaways then on this change to this entire squad then? Burkout's going to bring goals, Doan's going to add flair, and Zetterer locks them down at the back. It's a new look Eintracht Frankfurt with balance, with depth and momentum heading into a Champions League campaign. So that's Frankfurt's summer business dealt with. Again, smart buys, bold moves, and a squad that's ready to push once again, well, on a domestic level, but also in the UCL. Which signing, though, excites you the most? You know what you can do? Let me know in the comment section down below. VfB Stuttgart didn't go wild this summer, but they didn't freeze either. No panic buys, no scattergun strategy, just quiet confidence, smart deals, and one of the wildest fucking Bundesliga transfer sagas that we've seen in years. In this section of the video, we're going to break down Stuttgart's summer transfer window. We're going to look at who left, who arrived, and what it means for Sebastian Hoeneß as he heads into this new Bundesliga season. Let's start with the departures, because while Stuttgart didn't lose half their squad, they did lose some serious talent. Enzo Milo then, he went to Al Ahly for €28 million. He was the creative heartbeat, the Frenchman. 12 goals and 8 assists in the Bundesliga last season. Atletico Madrid thought they had him. That was until Al Ahly dropped a monster bid. Stuttgart, well, they've turned €5 million into €28 million. Smart business, but it leaves a big hole to fill. Woo Young-jong, the Korean, he's gone to Union Berlin for €5.5 million. That's actually a loan that's turned permanent. Solid contributor, Jeong. Union, well, they liked his versatility. He's going to be a useful piece in Stefan Baumgart's attack. Jakob Brun-Larsen, well, he's gone out to Burnley permanently for €4 million. Stuttgart signed him in January this year for €1.7 million. Scored against Leipzig. He played a key role in Stuttgart's DFB Pokal win, their German Cup win. He was a fan favourite. Burnley wanted him back and he wanted the move. And then the big one then, it's Nick Voldemade. Wow, what a man. What a gangly man. What a talented guy. He ended up going not to FC Bayern Munich. No. He's gone to Newcastle. He's gone to Newcastle United. He's gone to join the Gary's Toon Army for an overall package deal. Sounds like a holiday. For €90 million. 17 goals in 33 games. Does that validate €90 million? I'll let you decide. But by virtue of that €90 million sale, he has become, Waldemar, he's become Stuttgart's most expensive sale ever. FC Bayern chased him all summer, don't we fucking know? Van Company even called him up for a private one-to-one chat to seal the deal. But Newcastle, well, they came in late and they blew everyone away. The saga dragged on, as we know, and again, we've done a full video on that. Is he going to FC Bayern Munich or not? And then we broke down his talent, his journey, and that transfer saga. Links for that video is in the description down below. His teammates said, though, this is of Waldemar, that as that saga with FC Bayern dragged on, it had an impact on his personality, and that he laughed a lot less and he became quite withdrawn during the transfer negotiations. At least he's settled now in the Toon. But if you've done your maths there, that's 4 exits, 4 different stories, but losing Millet and Voldemade in the same window, that's a creative and a goal-scoring void that Sebastian Hoeneß had to fill fast. As for the incoming transfers, the signings, here's where it gets interesting, because Stuttgart didn't just replace, they reloaded. Laurent Assignon came in for €15 million. He's a French right back. He's fast, he's technical, he's experienced. He will be competing with Joshua Wagnerman, but he adds serious width. Kemi Andre's come in for €3 million. He's a 20-year-old from Real Madrid. He's tall, he's press resistant, and he scored on his debut. Madrid, they're savvy. They added a buyback clause into his contract, so that just proves that how much they still rate him. Tiago Tomas, the diminutive Portuguese man who looks like something from a 1930s circus, he's back for round 2. That's right, because it feels like unfinished business for Tiago Tomas. He's quick, he's technical, and he's hungry. Bilal El Khanous is coming on loan for approximately €3 million. He's a Moroccan international with a creative spark. He's come in from Leicester City because, of course, unfortunately, they were relegated. The baby squad were relegated from the English Premier League. We were hoping to see El Khanous in the flesh because, of course, the local team here, Hull City, the Tigers, are in the same division as Leicester City, but we won't be seeing him in the flesh, but we will be seeing him on YouTube streams, won't we? That's right. El Khanous is coming to replace Milo. Signed on deadline day, literally like one of the last deals done. He could well be a steal. Lazar Jaranovic is coming for €5 million. He's got raw pace. He's a Serbian international already, despite his tender years. 8 caps for Serbia. He is definitely one for the future. And talking of ones for the future, Noah Darvic has come in for €1 million. He's come in from Barcelona. He's a German youth talent, as in he's been playing regularly for the under-21s. He's got a high upside. He could surprise the Bundesliga quite early on. And Badruddin Bouhanani's coming for €15 million. He's an Algerian attacker. He's technical, he's unpredictable, and he's already scoring. He's scored quite a few in pre-season. So that's 7 signings, no superstars, but loads of upside. Stuttgart didn't chase the headlines. They built a squad with balance, with bite, and with belief. Applying our technical lens, we can see how all these pieces fit together, because that is a key question. They have defensive depth now. Assignon adds some pace and width. Kima, well, he brings calm and control in the midfield, and both will strengthen the spine of the team. That midfield creativity, well, they're looking then to El Khanous because he replaces Enzo Milo's spark. Darvic, as we said, is one for the future, but could surprise early on, and Bouhanani adds unpredictability and flair. The attacking options then, as we said, Tiago Tomas, he returns. It's unfinished business for the diminutive Portuguese man. Jovanovic offers raw pace, and with Waldemar gone, and Dennis Undav, once of Brighton and Hove Albion, out injured currently, the pressure for goals then falls on Emirain Demirovic. This isn't a rebuild, this is a reshuffle, and it's built on smart scouting, tactical flexibility, and long-term upside, in brackets, resale value. That's Stuttgart's summer transfer window all wrapped up. Smart deals, painful exits, and one of the wildest fucking transfer sagas in Bundesliga history. Sebastian Hoeneß then has a squad that's younger, faster, and more versatile, but can they gel quickly enough to compete across the Bundesliga, to retain their DFB Pokal trophy, and also compete in Europe? This is where we get you to do some work. Which of the signings that we've highlighted then excites you the most? Outside of Nick Voldemade, which of those departures is going to keep you up at night? And how much belief have you got in Stuttgart to finish higher up the Bundesliga table? Top 6 maybe? And what about their European crusade? You know what you can do, right? You know the script. Down there, that comment section's got your name written all over it. Honestly, drop your thoughts in the comments down below, because we would love to hear from you. We're trying to build a community here. We want to hear from Stuttgart fans. We want to hear from Bundesliga heads and just anyone that's interested in watching Sebastian Hoeneß's Stuttgart squad evolve. Are you still with me? Have I still got your attention? Good, because I promise we've nearly done. We've now entered what we would call the AOB, the any other business section. It's effectively, it's the transfers that were done on the actual deadline day itself, on the last day of the window. So again, this will wrap up with some late moves, which include some under the radar additions that could well shape the Bundesliga season going forward. Hamburger Sportsverein will kick us off. That's right. HSV, well, they've gone full Arsenal fringe mode. They've signed both Fabio Vieri and Sambi Lonkongu. Fabio Vieri, that is an attacking midfielder, 25, is Portuguese, only ever played 33 Premier League games for Arsenal in the EPL. He's technically sharp. I mean, that's not like as if you would say about someone, well, he's technically sharp. No, he is actually technically very sharp. He just never nailed down a regular role for Arsenal. However, HSV, Hamburger Sportsverein, have given him a fresh start, and again he's come in with Sambi Lonkonga. He's a central midfielder, 25, English. He's made a permanent move actually, so again Fabio Vieri is only on a season-long loan, whereas Sambi Lonkonga has come on a permanent basis for around €300,000. This is after loans at Crystal Palace, Luton Town and Sevilla. I'd have probably stayed in Sevilla, you know, for the weather, for the lifestyle. Anyway, Sammy Lonkonga brings energy and experience to HSV's midfield. Of course, they're back in the Bundesliga after a 7-year hiatus, which is great for them. And then we probably should have mentioned this in the Stuttgart section, but it did happen late on transfer deadline day. So VfB Stuttgart brought in Bilal El Khanous. El Khanous is coming on loan for the season from Leicester City in the Championship. Of course, that's where Hull City play. I was hoping to see this guy actually, but that won't happen because he's coming on loan. Anyway, El Khanous is a 22-time Moroccan international. He's described by Stuttgart sporting director as being, and I quote, a strong dribbler, fast and versatile, who can play centrally or out wide. Definitely one to watch. El Khanous, the Maroussi and the Moroccan, he's going to add flair and flexibility to Stuttgart's attack. And then Heidenheim lose their playoff hero. I'm just going to put that in a quick bit of context, because some of you might be here for the very first time. If you are, thank you so much. Please remember to smash that like and hit that subscribe button. Leo Cienza. Anyway, yeah, the playoff hero. If you finish 16th in the Bundesliga, it doesn't trigger an automatic relegation. Instead, you play a playoff game against the team that finished third in the Zweite Bundesliga, the Bundesliga 2. Those two teams play off over 2 legs, so a home and away leg. Anyway, it was Leo Schiena who scored the goal that kept Heidenheim in the Bundesliga. He's a one-time futsal player, by the way, so from the beaches to the Bundesliga, but he won't be there anymore. Actually, he might be on a beach on Southampton. Anyway, yeah, Leo Schienza has gone to Southampton for €9 million. Yeah, playoff hero. And then Freiburg Freiburg have said goodbye to Magic Merlin Roll. He's gone on loan to Everton with an obligation to buy. Magic Merlin Roll then is a 23-year-old German under-21 midfielder. He was part of Deutschland's squad that competed and got all the way to the final in the Euros in Germany last summer. Of course, they lost to England in that final. So Magic Merlin Roll, if Everton manage to avoid relegation, then Roll will stay permanently, which feels like a smart move for both football clubs. Julian Weigl, the former Dortmund and Borussia Mönchengladbach midfielder, he's gone to the Saudi Pro League for €8 million. He's gone to join Al Qadisiyah, that sounds good. That ends a 3-year shift in the Bundesliga. He was a veteran. He's headed off to the Gulf, so we say Auf Wiedersehen to Julian Weigl. And here's one then for Hull City fans. Here's one for the Tigers. Gustavo Puerta. Remember him from a couple of seasons ago? Gustavo Puerta. He's gone to join Racing Santander. Love to say that as well, don't you, Gonzo? Racing Santander. That's the Segunda Division, which is the one below La Liga. He's gone for €3.5 million. He's a Colombian midfielder. It's a permanent move. He was the victim of bureaucracy. Yeah, no politics, no religion here, but anyway, yeah, Hull City were embroiled in some EFL transfer shenanigans, which meant we couldn't sign him on a permanent basis. But the good thing is, he's now got a permanent home, and that's at Racing Santander, and we will keep a paw on him. And that's it. That's your final batch of Bundesliga movers, from Premier League loanees to Moroccan flair. The Bundesliga depth just got a little bit more interesting, don't you think? So then, Bundesliga fans, who won that summer transfer window? FC Bayern brought in firepower, Leverkusen rebuilt, Leipzig went all in on youth, Dortmund reinforced, Stuttgart played it smart, and Frankfurt, well, Frankfurt might just be the dark horse. Or is that eagle? Who's your signing of the summer? Which club do you think nailed it? And who's in trouble? As ever, you know what you can do? You can drop your comments in that section down below. And also, smash that like and hit the subscribe. And let's grow this Bundesliga community together. And if you enjoyed that video and you want some more tactical breakdowns, some player spotlights, and all of the Bundesliga brilliance, but don't go anywhere. Here on the screen now are some more videos from a playlist that's been handpicked by Gonzo and I. Thanks for watching, and as always, thanks for showing up.